Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second Revivalist Phase 2 topic. I'm Spirit9871,
And I'm Mingo1.
and it'll be our pleasure in presenting to you our first topic of debate, the ranking system.
All replies from our forum topic have of course been credited.
For the first topic, excluding Mingo and myself, we've accumulated a total of 61 replies from 25 unique users. Thank you all for participating on the topic, and if you'd said something of interest, then odds are it will be quoted here.
These are replies collected across more than a month's time and compiled for your entertainment. Before we begin though, we need to set some groundwork. All opinions stated on the forum topic will be divided into 4 parts: liberal, moderate, conservative, and potential solutions. Each liberal, moderate, and conservative point will have their respective counterarguments stated immediately afterwards.
In the case of this video, liberal opinions are ones stating the PP system should be removed almost entirely and replaced. Moderate opinions are the ones stating the PP system could work with some modifications. Conservative opinions are the ones stating the current ranking system is the best possible one and changes are unnecessary. And potential solutions are, well, potential solutions to whatever problems there may be.
After we showcase the replies that state their opinions, we will then reach a final conclusion. The conclusion will state what problems people noticed and how we can fix them to meet the wants of as many people as possible, therefore improving the game's ranking system. The conclusion we make isn't necessarily the absolute right one. It is based on how many people supported a certain idea and how well they supported their points. After all, these replies do not represent the entire community, but have some good points that we will now share in hopes of conceptualizing a successful and new ranking system.
So without further ado, let's begin. On the liberal side, we start off with Gordon Waters' comment stating, "Why not get rid of the PP system and keep the KD system and have an anti-AFKing system built into the game so that AFKers cannot stay in the game for more than 20 seconds, meaning that if they don't move for 20 seconds, they get kicked out of the game automatically. Even if they get killed, the AFK system must work. You know how in DM games you can press the escape key to stay in? Well, the anti-AFKing system must not apply to it." With Super Frank 1004 agreeing, they should get rid of the PP system and keep the KDR system, like it was last time when they began this game.
NNC provides a counterargument to this point, replying, "Farming. Farming is much easier in KD-based ranking, and I can already imagine someone holding the jump button just to not get kicked. In other words, it'd be too easy to cheat in such a system as the anti-AFK system. So unfortunately, it seems as though the anti-AFK system, the one suggested that is, will not function very well."
Master Dirk 300 then praises the old system, stating, "The first top system was the best. It was about how much kills you got in improved maps. I remember my golden days I could get 1k to 2k kills in few hours. That's how I got rank 6 with effort and dedication. Now I look at the top 20 list and all I see is a few dedicated players and a lot of people who don't deserve it. The top system should be how much you kill people in approved maps per day or month, in order to eliminate spammers and campers. Eric should add ammo to the weapons as well." Master Dirk 300 also adds, "The designer of this game, Eric, is the only one who can deal with these people. How? Probably by adding how many kills and deaths you got for the day and who you killed too."
A record-keeping system of who you killed and how many times may seem optimal, but that's a lot of information to process. As Silent Aurora states, the record-keeping system is a good idea, but that isn't achievable because there would be hundreds of players online and only 2 to 3 staff members. In response to Silent, Chalker suggests maybe it would apply only to top 100 and challengers, and the staff should be assigned to check a certain amount. Silent Aurora checks top 10, Alka checks 20 to 11, and so on.
Monkey Man takes the most leftward position, stating, "PP has failed, so let's get rid of it. Don't try to improve it, it's past that point. Reinstitute a system based off kills and KDR so that players are focused on being top of their game, not chasing around people with their amount of PP. Farming is not an issue right now. It's so odd that so many people are so focused on it being a tremendous problem. It's really not. Did the old KDR/kills based top 100 have farmers? Sure, but was it active? Hell yes. Our current top 100 is dead. Entirely dead. If any system can reinvigorate it, it would be this one."
Sniper J, who is actually second place in the current ranking system, even agrees with this sentiment by saying, When player points were implemented, it was probably when the game started to decline. I feel as though the downward spiral the game has been set on is a direct result of the player point system. People got fed up with the system because it's too difficult to figure out, and there's so many flaws with it, it's not even funny. The term player points women of the night never existed until player points, and people never fought over the old system because it was kill based, and you don't lose kills. He also adds on to his point by adding on to Silent's point. It's only impossible to get on the top 100 because no one plays anymore, because the ranking system is complete BS.
Monkey Man also proves to me that resetting the top 100 list over time to allow everyone to be on it would be a mistake, stating in a reply, although PP was never quite as equal opportunity idealistic as your proposed system is, it's similar in that PP took hard work to obtain and could easily be snatched away by a quick spawn kill or lucky shot. People fought for it ardently for the first few months, but when everyone realized just how pointless it was, they gave up. I can see your proposed system dying in the same way. Also, my point about awards was that if everyone got awards from these monthly contests, everyone would have them, and nobody would think they would be very special anymore. Touché.
I also take the liberal standpoint in saying, on topic again, I'm gonna jump in now and say that the most effective, not the best, system for ranking in terms of leaderboards, stats, and more was the system back in 2013, KD ratio. The people with the highest KD skyrocketed in the top 100. The system was simplistic. Not only could people with obvious skill earn their way to the top, but someone that was farming could be detected and banned by a staff member. Additionally, approved and unapproved maps would count towards KD, and custom maps, because of Saw, House, and School maps, etc., wouldn't count towards KD.
To close up the liberal points, Monkey Man states back to Chakra, the system is a problem. The ranking system is why people are active or inactive in ranked matches. Since the system is bad, that means that people will feel their efforts won't attain a sufficient reward for them, either because it is too difficult to get the reward or because the reward doesn't feel like it's an accomplishment. The idea is to create a top 100 ranking system that allows people to feel that their efforts will produce a worthwhile reward. That is the purpose of a ranking system in the first place.
Now onto the moderate points. Ezio Auditor starts us off here saying, the KDR system is very flawed, so using that to rank people is out of the question. You can't do it based on kills since it wouldn't work out and farming would still be an issue. Player points is something that Eric worked hard on, so he won't throw it away. So how about keeping the current system and modifying it? Ezio goes on to make calculations regarding the kills and the amount of player points he would get from them, but we'll show that later in the potential solutions part of the video.
Zakurzu, who is currently first place in Plasma Burst 2, even agrees that some changes should be made. He says, lately, ranked matches on EU are extremely dead. I know you can say that generally in all servers, there aren't many ranked matches. I don't know how about Cali, but it's probably still the same. But the difference between EU and WASH is surprisingly big. Every day I'm on WASH ranked, and I can see many people who can change my PP. On the other hand, on EU there is almost no one. The problem is that suddenly my ping on evenings on WASH started to be 180 to 200, so I could only get PP on EU. I really like the idea that better players gives you more PP, or players with an amount of PP similar to yours gives you more, etc. But now it just makes it impossible for people from EU who can play on WASH to have a high amount of player points. If the person who is first place on the top 100 says there is something wrong with the ranking system, odds are there is indeed change required.
Thirdly, we move on to the conservative points. Chakra states, honestly, the system is as anti-farm and good as player points will ever get. The sheer small amount of player points is due to the major lack of activity in ranked matches. If you're inactive for 14 days, you're off the leaderboards. He goes on by saying, top 100 system flaws aren't much of a problem. Reviving ranked matches is the point. If we get about 200 to 300 people active on ranked, the top 100 would look a lot better.
And lastly, we have the potential solutions. For a global point system, Doom suggested you get 1 point for every 3-star or 4-star rating on your map. You get 2 points for every 5-star rating on your map. You get 2 points for every approved player kill, multiplied by your KDR. You lose 1 point for every approved death, multiplied by your KDR. You get 50 points for each campaign level played on easy. You get 75 points for each campaign level played on normal. You get 100 points for each campaign level played on hard. You get 150 points for each campaign level played on impossible. You get 25 to 500 points for each achievement unlocked on campaign mode, depending on the achievement difficulty. NNC counter argues, then we get even more rate wars on maps. There's already too many of them, and I don't think that campaign progress should be a part of those global points. It'd be difficult to balance it, and campaign money can be hacked easily. So odds are campaign stats are easily exploitable, making them virtually useless to record.
Doom also adds in his suggestions, to combat farming, kill logs would be implemented, which could flag up an account to site staff if it had killed another player more than 10 times in a row, or 25 times within 24 hours. Site staff should have the spectator access to private matches to check for farming, but with viewing of game chat off to allow privacy. A tool to remove a chunk of points/kills from a player should then be available to site admins/trusted mods. This tool would have plenty of logging to it to prevent abuse, notes for admins, kill log selection, etc.
For approved matches, Doom says, change the multiplayer system to custom and approved, defaulting at approved. Guests can only play custom. The ping limit is removed and set by the match creator, or players with the -ping number command. The selection of approved maps is modified. Old, outdated maps are removed from the pool or fixed up by Eric or the site admins to ensure the map is fair and playable, but still comparable to current generation approved maps. 3 approved games, a DM, a TDM, and a co-op on a randomly chosen approved map are always open. These matches close and regen with a new map every 30 minutes.
Doomrath also mentions a sort of bonus time span for players by saying, points for killing players could be increased, 2 times, 3 times, etc. for happy hours at random points throughout the day, to make people jump onto multiplayer. These could be advertised on a ticker tape style banner above the game window itself, in the same manner as the KD/player points/KDR bar. A 2 times points multiplier for the first 25 kills of the day, which could be increased to a 5 times for special events, such as game updates, Christmas, game creation anniversary, and other special events. NNC, however, also disagrees with this idea, stating, 1. People would jump off multiplayer right after happy hour would end, rendering multiplayer more dead than it would look without happy hours. 2. There are time zones, and players could miss those happy hours just because it's nighttime in their country. 3. Happy hours just look too random to be part of something competitive. It seems as though these happy hours would turn into all-out farm zones for competitive players, disbalancing the amount of people online throughout the day even further.
Ezio Auditor then jumps back into the conversation by stating an idea of his. A PP modification that can do the following. 1. The PP of all players will be erased every 2 to 4 months. Gives a lot of people the chance to gain PP. 2. When a person with high PP kills a low PP player, he will gain 0.01 to 0.04 points, depending on the amount of points he has, and the low level will lose 0.01 to 0.03 points. 3. When a person with low PP kills a high PP, the low level will gain 0.06 to 0.09 points, and the high level will lose 0.03 to 0.05 player points. 4. When a person with high PP kills a high PP, they both gain 0.05 points, since they are about equal PP level. 5. Please consider the following. The rest of these calculations, which should be on the screen now, for the PP system using KDR as guidance. The arrow represents kill. You may pause the video now and read them over if you'd like. According to Ezio, in this, the KDR system would come into play as well. For example, if you have a KD of 0.05 and have a low PP and you kill a high PP player, you gain 0.05 PP while the other person loses 0.01 PP. It would also stop farming in this scenario. If you have a high KDR from farming, you lose more PP if you get killed by either high or low level players.
Lastly, Monkeyman suggests make it so that approved maps can be played either as approved matches, which are just approved maps, where kills and KDR count and guests are disallowed, or in fun matches, I'll come up with a better name later, which can be approved maps or custom maps, where everyone is allowed and kills and KDR do not count. Make it so that you cannot play a private match in approved matches so anyone can join or spectate, therefore making farmers ridiculously easy to report. Another idea is a built-in system where you can take screenshots in-game and send them to staff members. This would allow players to report offenses extremely easier.
Alright then, we've reached the end of the potential solutions. This is where the actual conclusion starts.
So out of all the replies we've gotten, there's a noticeably larger population that promote change regarding the ranking system. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that this is what the majority thinks. This is only in terms of the replies within the discussion topic. Thank you, by the way. But from what Spirit and I personally believe, the strongest arguments went for an overhaul of the player point system. Entirely.
To be more specific, the majority of the users who replied on the topic thought that simply reverting back to the KDR system would be more efficient than trying to update the PP system. Albeit it still has flaws regarding farming. This makes sense, as the PP system is just an overly complicated mess at this point, which requires activity from many players to actually function.
A good amount of users have suggested the implementation of kill logs to ensure people don't cheat their way up the top 100. If staff can dedicate themselves to reading those kill logs with 10 people on the top 100 each, then it might just be possible to stop farming from the source, with the old KDR system.
Basically put, while no system is perfect, many users feel the old KDR system functioned much better than the current PP system. So there's really no need on now struggling with the PP system, when the old system could have easily been tweaked to get rid of the farming problem many feared.
And that should about wrap it up. The next Revivalist topic we'll be discussing regards ping limits, and it won't take nearly as long as this one did. We'll be much quicker with that. And we found that many of you are addressing ping limits as a problem alongside the ranking system. So, definitely keep a keen eye on the news section for the forums, feedback and ideas, if you want to contribute your thoughts to that issue. We'll link it, and of course we'll make an update video too. You guys will all be informed.
We hope you enjoyed this video, and apologize in advance if we misinterpreted or did not include some of your opinions here. We can't exactly say everything on the topic word for word, so we took what we thought was significant enough to represent the whole. If you're watching this, Eric, please consider what was said here, as we did our best in trying to give the community a unified voice on the matters discussed. As for the rest of you, feel free to leave comments about what you guys thought. Do you agree with our final conclusions?
Massive thanks, and we'll see you on the next Revivalist topic. I'm Mingo1.
And I'm Spirit9871. Later.